Yeah. So for those of you who didn't remember, at the beginning of the year, I said that if the Rams won the Super Bowl, I would buy a Matthew Stafford jersey. So while I go explain to my bank why I have to withdraw $140, I'll play the intro.
Allied Rivals.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the one and only podcast. Caedmon's already shaking his head. Welcome back, everybody. Caleb Diego's already in the chat saying, yes, sir. Ready to get it going. Good to see you, man. Good to have you with us. How you doing today, Cade?
I'm great right now. I got a snow day from school, got my driver's license. I'm great right now.
Let's go. So great. Did you have to do your test while it was snowing? Like, when did you take it?
No, I did my driving test with the driving school Excel. So it was like super easy at the DMV. So that was
nice.
But dude, you're buying that jersey.
Okay, not necessarily that one, but I did say at the beginning of the year that I would buy a Matthew Stafford jersey if they won the Super Bowl. So I had, now granted I didn't say win, but that feels a little bit cheap. So I might wait a couple weeks after the Super Bowl ends so the price goes down at least. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get a Stafford jersey.
Fair enough. Winners in here.
Yeah, good to see you. Good to see you, winners. Welcome to the chat.
And Caleb Diego is like, you should definitely buy this thing.
Yeah. It's happening. It's happening. I can't say when it's gonna happen on the actual show, but it will happen. That is 100% for sure.
Crazy.
Yep. So, as you probably know from that picture, the LA Rams won the Super Bowl, baby. Let's go. And look, as I've said the entire year, I'm the biggest Matthew Stafford fan who is not a Rams and Lions fan because he's my Georgia boy right there. So I'm popping off. I'm going crazy. Rams win the Super Bowl. Cooper Kupp named the Super Bowl MVP. Let's just give first reactions, Cade. What were your thoughts watching the game, man?
I felt like the Bengals dominated the Rams for a good chunk of that game.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, when they put it up, I think they were up 20. Wait, what were they up? 2016, I think. Right?
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, I think they got this one in the bag. And then all of a sudden, Aaron Donald and their front seven turned something around. And of course, we all saw the last, like the big moment of the game. Aaron Donald gets like the final tackle, whatever it was.
Yeah.
It was chaotic, but winners, you really should have watched it. Let me just put it that way.
Hey, dude.
It was pretty exciting.
NFL's got 20-minute highlights. It ain't the whole game, but you could watch it all there, man. You don't need it's all right, bro. It's all right. You good. Oh, man. But yeah,
it was crazy.
It was.
The Joe Burrow got sacked 7 times.
Yeah. Yeah. And we kind of expected that, to be fair.
Well, yeah. I mean, we've seen him get sacked more, though, and still win. Like, did he get sacked 9 times?
9 against the Titans. Yep.
And they still pulled that one off.
Yeah. For real. It was absolutely insane. The momentum shift in the game was crazy. To me, it was when Odell went down. That was the momentum shift for me because the Rams were rolling at that point. Like they were up. What was it? Was 16 to was it? Sorry, not 13-3. It was 13-3, and then we went 13-10 at halftime. So if Odell doesn't go down, this is my opinion. If Odell doesn't go down, I think the Rams kind of run away with this, or at least force the Bengals to have to make a comeback because they had no answer for him early in the game. So once you have to go start moving over to cover Odell, then that leaves Cooper Kupp free, and we already know how good he is. So that, to me, was the first big momentum shift because it seemed like the Rams had everything. They marched down and scored second drive with Odell, marched down and scored again afterwards. Then Odell goes down. The D-line isn't quite able to get enough pressure on Burrow. They go into halftime, and then bada bing, bada boom, 75-yard touchdown to T. Higgins. And then everything just flips on its head at that point. So yeah, the momentum shift in this game was crazy, but you hit the nail on the head. Aaron Donald is a grown man. Von Miller is insane. And the one guy watching the game, I saw somebody get a hit in the backfield, and I was like, oh man, that was Von Miller. And somebody points out, hey, that's not Von, that's 50, not 40. And I took it a little closer. Ernest Jones? This man was in the backfield like every single play. Like, for crying out loud, where did he come from?
I don't know. I guess he just is so underrated with that front seven he plays with. So
yeah, literally. Caleb Diego, it was sad to see Odell out. It broke me a little. Dude, true. Odell Beckham Jr. down with an ACL, we are pretty sure is what it was.
Yeah.
And so we're pretty sure he's going to be done for the foreseeable future. Best chance timeline, probably he's back by December. For Georgia, George Pickens went out last year about December, January, and came back at the end of the season, was able to play in the national championship game. So there's a chance Odell comes back for, late second half of the season, playoff push for whatever team he's on next year. But if you're going to tear an ACL, you might as well tear it and still win the Super Bowl. Like, at least they won, right? Mm-hmm. Like, if he went down towards ACL and then they lost, like, that's just heartbreaking. But he stuck it out, man.
Yep. Well, AJ, one of the things I thought was really interesting about this game was that the Rams actually tried running the ball.
Yeah.
It just didn't work.
Not at all.
Oh, you have it up there already. Bengals,
yep.
They shut down the Rams front game.
Mm-hmm.
Cam Akers rushed for 1.6 yards a carry on 13 attempts.
The entire team, 1.8 yards per carry.
And the
atrocious.
Rams offensive line is a veteran, disciplined offensive line.
Yeah.
Which says something about the Bengals defensive line.
Yeah.
It was just totally locked down. They weren't letting anything slip by them.
Yeah.
As far as the run game went.
Mm-hmm.
I was super impressed, but I think that kind of changed the momentum of the game because the Rams started out pretty nice. Their defense was just too much for Joe Burrow and the Bengals. But then the Rams couldn't get anything going on offense because, as we had suggested, they were trying to run the ball.
Yeah, so, true. Yeah.
Great job. I think it was good to try it. It just didn't work.
Yeah.
It's a bummer.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember watching the game. Obviously, I'm going for the Rams. So I watched it with some friends of mine from school. I watched it with some friends of mine, went to somebody's house. He had a bunch of people over, whatever. And me, every time the Rams run the football, I'm yelling at the screen, what are you doing? Because it never worked. And somebody says to me, you got to establish the run to get the pass game. And I'm like, does this look established to you? A 2nd and 9? Is that establishing the run? And I don't understand because their pass protection wasn't bad. I mean, I'm not going to say that Stafford had a clean pocket every single time, but they held the Bengals to 2 sacks the entire game. And so I don't know if this is a run problem with Akers or Michelle, and shockingly, Darrell Henderson was back for the game. I don't know if it's with them. I don't know if it's a scheming problem. But yeah, Caleb Diego's like all of us were yelling at the team. Okay, good to know I wasn't alone. But yeah, Trey Hendrickson and that big front seven of the Bengals made such a big difference there. And your guy, you called Logan Wilson, another big part of that too.
Yep, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what are we going to talk about, AJ? There's a lot in this Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, on the other side, outside of the run game, was the pass game. And Mr. NFL comeback, Mr. fourth quarter clutch, Matthew Stafford did it again. He did it again. And as soon as he got the ball was set, look, and I know that we can go out here and say, look, Aaron Rodgers is the king of Hail Marys, right? That's undisputed.
Yes.
Tom Brady is the king of the 2-minute drill. That's undisputed. We all know that it is. There's a reason why he has, second most comebacks in NFL history to Peyton Manning. With Peyton out, Brady's out right now. In terms of just fourth quarter drives, there is nobody better than Matthew Stafford. Fourth quarter Matthew Stafford is a different animal. The first 3 quarters Stafford is a solid quarterback. Fourth quarter Matthew Stafford is something different. I don't know what it is, man. He's finding Cooper Kupp on every single pass that he had on that final drive. Just I still remember that one dot gets right over the linebacker's hands, and it's just perfect for a 20-yard gain. I saw that throw, and I'm like, that's a Hall of Fame throw right there. Not many people can make that. That's insane. He leads him down. He finds Kupp, And sure, Stafford did not have a perfect game. Let me go ahead and clarify that for the people that are going to go ahead and call me a Matthew Stafford is like the MVP of the year. He did not. Totally missed Van Jefferson in the end zone. The first interception he had was give or take. I mean, take a deep shot, but that just wasn't great. The second one, Ben completely tripped, and that is not on Stafford. That just basically passed to the other team. First one was on him. He missed throws today. He wasn't perfect, sure. But on the last drive, he was exactly what that team needed. He was Mr. Clutch again. And that is the elite Matthew Stafford that I love to watch because he knew that the run game wasn't working. So he put that team on his shoulders and just said, you know what, Coop, this is you and me.
It worked. They won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Kupp is a legend.
Dude. I don't think I made my claim earlier this year, and I made it in our MVP video, in our NFL awards video as well, that Cooper Kupp had the greatest season of a wide receiver in NFL history. I think he solidified that this game for sure. Super Bowl MVP, second most yards all time, second most receptions all time, added 16 touchdowns this season. He's over 2,400 yards if we include the playoffs.
That is
and
crazy.
I remember on that play where it gets offset because there's holding on the offensive line, and then Cooper Kupp got drilled in the head. I freaked out. I was like, oh gosh, if this is a concussion, he's knocked out of the game. He's slow to get up, gets back up. 2 plays later, he gets the game-winning touchdown. That's what legends are made of right there.
What a legend. Hall of Famer?
Cooper Kupp? I don't know. I mean, wide receivers pulling out Super Bowl MVPs, that's a pretty big accomplishment, but I mean, maybe a little early to call it so far.
Yeah.
Lightning Bauer in the comment section saying those Rams, though. Seriously. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited, man. And
I was wrong.
I fair enough. I haven't made it to Mark's card shop yet to just walk in with the goofiest smile on my face at Mark and say, yeah, how about them Rams? I haven't gotten in yet. But it's gonna happen. You can bet on that. On top of that, I mean, like you brought it up earlier, Caedmon, the fourth quarter, the Bengals couldn't get anything going due to Donald and Vaughn. Like this first half, Burrow wasn't under pressure as much, but that second half, the floodgates just got open. The Rams, they knew that it was their time at this point for sure.
Yep. Well, I knew like Joe Burrow wasn't getting hit a tremendous amount in the first half.
Yep.
And I just knew the Bengals O-line was not going to last.
Mm-hmm. They were triple teaming Aaron Donald.
I mean, when you're having to have Joe Mixon, I mean, they were actually pulling in extra linemen.
Yeah.
A lot of time because they just couldn't handle it. They were throwing in blitzes and everything, and usually Joe Burrow can sling the ball and get it out of his hands fast enough that the blitz isn't affecting him. It was just not happening. And even with Jalen Ramsey getting torn up a couple times, still wasn't happening.
Yeah, literally.
Literally
and physically, but
Yeah,
that is true. 100%. It wasn't just him. Yeah, you're totally right. Caleb Diego, Joe Shiesty in the comment. He didn't even have a bad game. 263 and a touchdown against that crazy defensive line isn't bad. But I think the key to this game, Caedmon, and the biggest thing that, I mean, not even Joe Mixon. I'm going to get to that in a second. But the Bengals were 1 of 3 on fourth down and 3 of 14 on third. 3 of 14. The Rams allowed 19% conversion on third down during the season, and it showed. 3 of 14. That is insane.
Yep.
That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
I think one of the problems is that a lot of times Bengals with almost any team could have their way with who Joe Burrow's throwing it to, what length of route, but they couldn't. And so the problem is that they were so used to being able to throw a deep route or like a 15-yard route on first down. And not going to work against the Rams. You got to take chunk plays on first or second down so that third down isn't a big headache where you have to worry about Aaron Donald.
There you go. There you go. Caleb Diego in the comments. The one call they didn't call, bro, wasn't fair. That was a face mask. That was a face mask, dude. Yes, we've all seen it. We've all seen the hook of T. Higgins to Jalen Ramsey's head. And I mean, and this is a good point to come up and talk about this game. It was I don't even want to say bad. It was an oddly officiated game for the most part. The first half was a very let them play type of attitude. The only 2 Rams penalties that actually counted, not including the offsetting penalties, throughout the entire game was, I believe, false start and delay of game. I'm pretty sure. Is there 2? 2 for 10. The Bengals, the 2 outside of the final drive, came down to unsportsmanlike conduct and Vernon Hargraves running on the field in flip-flops after getting an interception. So, like, it was
mood killers.
It was exactly.
Crowd
so like
killers.
It was odd, and I feel like the one that everybody was screaming about, Logan Wilson, the coverage on Cooper Kupp, I do think it was good coverage. If you want to go back and be like, hey, if the T. Higgins face mask gets called, Bengals don't score there. If Logan Wilson doesn't get called, that's clean. Rams don't score there. That changes everything. So let's just say those offset. You're left with one other absolute holding call. I believe I could be wrong, but I think it was on Eli Apple on Cooper Kupp, if I'm not mistaken.
There was nothing wrong about that.
Yeah, exactly. That one was 100% clean. This was one of the better officiated games of the season. Like, sure, everyone's going to have their arguments. It's not going to be perfect. You got like 3 or 4 guys watching 22 on the field at a time. But it was a lot better. It was a lot better than a lot of other stuff we've seen this year. Oh, yeah. And it went by so fast. It made the game so fast.
Yeah, how many coaches challenges did we have in that game?
Do we not have any at all?
I don't think we had any.
I don't think so. No challenges.
Officiating.
It was crazy, man. It was a very, very good, well called game. Proud of them. Now, you mentioned it a little earlier, Caedmon. Joe Mixon, man, had a good game.
He's a quarterback.
1 for 1, 6 yards and a touchdown. 15 for 72. He's averaging 4 yards a carry. And he doesn't get the carry that would have given them the probably game-winning drive. Third and one. Look, no diss to Samaje Perine. He is not a bad player or nothing. He's in the NFL for a reason. But Joe Mixon is your starting back for a reason. That is something I didn't understand. Could you make any sense of it, kid?
Okay, their idea is that Perine is the bigger legs. He's known for being the guy that gets in the I guess just runs up the middle just to get the dirty work, to get the 1 yard, 2 yard. But no, you got to give it to Mixon in that situation.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't look like Perine even had his head up. It just looked like he ran straight into
the hole that was supposed to be there. Yeah,
nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Mixon has great vision.
Yeah.
Dude, come on, give it to your best back.
Yeah. But to be fair,
it's not like a difference between Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon where you got A.J. Dillon. He's definitely going to get that 2 yards because he has
he's the power guy.
2,000-pound squat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's got to be so frustrating for a Bengals fan.
True. But at the same time, like, even if Joe Mixon did get that carry, I don't think he gets the first down. Because Aaron Donald...
They put in an extra...
It's like... Aaron Donald's thinking like Mr. Fantastic, like Elastigirls his arm around Samaje Perine and hauls him back. Like to the people that said AD should have gotten Super Bowl MVP, I'm not gonna disagree with you that much because he basically had the game-saving plays.
Yeah. Okay. How often can a man with one arm that's fighting 2 linemen also just grab from the back and just make a tackle with one arm? Think about that. He's fighting against Perine's legs, just everything he has.
The O-lineman shoving him backwards.
How do you do that?
It's insane. He's a freak of nature.
He really is. And what's crazy is that the Bengals had 6 offensive linemen, and I think it was 2 tight ends. I'm pretty sure, right?
That's nuts. I think so. It's nuts, man. It's nuts.
Got to be better.
Mm-hmm. And it got to be better. Bro, imagine trying to say to your offensive line, hey, be better than a guy who can shove both of you over at a time while still grabbing the running back and yanking him backwards. Aaron Donald is on another level. He's insane.
Hear that offensive line.
True. Caleb Diego in the chat saying Aaron Donald's a different breed. Yes, sir. That is true, man. And look, if Caedmon's got a couple of internet problems, so we're going to hop him off really quick. If AD retires tomorrow, he's arguably the best defensive tackle in NFL history. Is a 3-time defensive player of the year. What I think 7-time All-Pro this guy is, and has the game-winning plays in the Super Bowl. Aaron Donald is honestly, he's definitely the best defensive lineman. I'm not even sure about defensive player. This is the best defensive lineman I think I've ever. Not even I think. He's the best one I've ever watched in my life. It's not even close.
Same.
He is built completely different. Completely different. Caleb Diego, you could not be more accurate about that statement. He's built different.
600-pound bench press.
Good night. I don't understand.
Something like that.
It's crazy. Well, Cade, is there anything else? I got one last thing to say, but if you want to say anything else, man.
Nah. Hit us with what you got.
All right, look, 23-20. This is the storybook ending for the Rams, right? Aaron Donald lost a Super Bowl 3 years ago. He's got a Super Bowl now. Cooper Kupp had always been known as a very good wide receiver of the NFL. He just had the best season ever as a wide receiver. Matthew Stafford has been doubted his entire career for being stuck in Detroit, for not having playoff success, and called just a stats man. He has a Super Bowl now with game-winning drives in the playoffs over and over again at this point. And now Andrew Whitworth, this guy that's been in the league for who knows how many, longer than I've been alive.
Yep.
Not only gets Walter Payton Man of the Year, a week later gets the Super Bowl. You can't write this any better. Kurt Warner's movie just came out. I cannot wait for 20 years later when we're going to get the Matthew Stafford movie. I can't wait.
Yep.
I'm here for it, man.
I know you are. And if I'm a Bengals fan, I'm not too worried because this is just the beginning of your era.
Yeah,
this is true. This is getting close to the end of Matthew Stafford's career.
Yeah.
And probably close to the end of Aaron Donald's. Definitely.
He talked about retirement, man.
Definitely the end of Andrew Whitworth's career.
For sure. Oh, yeah.
What, is he like 43 years old or something?
He's 40 years old, man. He's 40. If he decides to run it back, I'm going to be like, bro, you got some other kind of mental fortitude, man.
Man, I hope AD doesn't retire.
Yeah, it'd be nuts. We'd miss him for sure, but we can't really blame him at this point. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us throughout the Super Bowl Spectacular, the review. Caleb Diego, thank you so much for checking in with the chat, man. Loved having you. I loved having you in the comment section, dropping comments the entire time. It's been awesome. Lightning Bauer, winners, thank you guys for checking in as well. Ladies and gentlemen, your Super Bowl champs, the Los Angeles Rams, Matthew Stafford. I am so happy for you and everybody else, man. I'm ecstatic. I'm going crazy. I'm so happy. Congratulations to the Rams. Cincinnati, good luck, man. Next year, you got a good team. You'll be back. Draft some more offensive linemen. No offense to offensive line there, but we saw what happened. Caleb Diego says, much love to you, boys. Much love to you, man. Glad to have you with us. We're actually about to do a video on the NBA trade deadline as well, so be sure to check that out. Thank you for all the support from everybody throughout the NFL playoffs. We'll see you guys next time on the Allied Rivals podcast. AJ Herschel, Caedmon Bauer, signing off.
See ya.
And I was about to hit in broadcast, but then I realized we have an outro.
Allied Rivals.